It's the walking vid. It's the walking post for y'all today. So yeah, what up YouTube? It's another one. I think we on number 4. No, I think we on number 5 now. We on number 5 now. I'm about to plug my mic in too. So you don't see this clip in a second, but we just had to get something started. Keeping it organic, keeping it natural, like how I said last time, we're keeping it natural. We're not doing too much, but I'm gonna keep upgrading, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, so today I want to do another Vow of Silence video. We're gonna do another one of these. We're gonna keep that going. And I spoke about a couple of different things. Yeah, you probably hearing the background noise. We're gonna get that mic in a minute, but so yeah, like I haven't started it yet, but yeah, and I'm gonna just jump into it, But I haven't, officially started it yet, but it's something I really, I've kind of, I'll say, put into many practice at this point. And I'll say this, like I've been doing it around groups more so than in one-on-one contacts. I've been doing it more, around maybe 3 or more individuals in a group, because then I could really feel the effect of not having, the participation and the effort of, saying this and that, my ideas and, so much of my thoughts. I've been able to, as we say, read the room, but go deeper with it, read a little bit more than, so I just wanted to speak on how I feel, my experience, and, trying to dip my toe in the water and be more speechless. Like, this felt good, but, there's like a isolation factor to it that I think I mentioned last time. And, it's definitely something that I thought about. I really thought about it in this little maybe week and a half where I thought, on my concern of would it be worth trying? And, I still agree with that. I still agree with my original thought. But at the same time, I feel the isolation factor. And I'll say this, like, it felt good. Like, there's a part of it that feels, I would say, mostly positive, slightly negative, for obvious reasons of, seeing yourself without people around, without factors that you thought were factors, and without, anything, just bare. A lot of us, we don't like to be bare, just, we build up so much from our clothes. I'm wearing this bag, and we got shoes on, and all different type of things, but, when we shed things, it's hard to shed things. I got water in my bag, like, we shed things, it's utility in there. It's not just, but, as we shed things, we tend to feel that loss, or we tend to feel loss, period. And sometimes we lighten the load, and we get better movement when we let it go. So that's where I'm at now, to give raw and true, organic experience of, where I'm at with this Vow of Silence number 2, video number 2 for you, walking vid. I know I said I was going to do something different, outside again, back at you again. All right, but give me a second, I'm gonna plug this mic in. All right, yeah, we hooked up. Took a minute, but didn't take that long, but feel like a minute now. We're only getting better. We're only gonna keep getting better. Yeah, it's a lot of cars rolling by, so I had to throw this on. So, excuse me. I had to throw this on. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, that's probably better. Thank you. Yeah, so I had to throw this on, make things a little smoother. But yeah, finishing where we left off. Yeah, so I've been doing it more like in groups, and it's been helping me to be able to kind of slow things down, as a more empathic type of individual, and just kind of fortify myself. I'll say that. Like, it's been a good fortification, and it's been a good ease and therapy as well, for me to focus on the things that I had forgotten about, and some of the things that would just slip my mind, like even the small things throughout the day. Yeah, I feel like it's been adding up. I feel like it's something that's cumulative. I thought it was maybe better for me to kind of just jump in and just do it all at one time, maybe just like a switch up kind of move, but like little by little has been the way for me. I say in more ways than one, but this right here has been no different. Good things in moderation, I think the saying something to that tune. Yeah, this has been the same way. So yeah, vow of silence, man, in moderation. So maybe I'll switch it to that. Maybe I'll, say that, but still leave other options on the table. We're still gonna keep thinking. We're still gonna keep boiling this down to something useful, something mindful.
Good.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about that? What do you think about, the original idea? And have you had a journey like that? Have you had a journey inside of self like that? It's approaching the end of summer now. It's hot out, but it's not as bad as it was mid-July. It was kind of crazy. And, it's a lot that changes with the seasons, how we feel, and social scene, So I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to keep testing it. I'm going to keep driving this theory. If I feel otherwise about it, I'll talk about that side too. We'll talk about that side as well. Like I said, there was a bit of it that was, deeply reflective. Like, I had to really think, like, there's a line here where, you're just alone. Like, and that could be a good thing, because it's all one. It's all one. Like, I was able to, like I said, focus on some stuff, little, big, but if I were to unify it, it's like, yeah, we're accomplishing, we're getting things done. Time is moving a little faster because the progress is happening, but the connection is not. And so, I still, like I said, I still agree with it. I still agree. But, to give the other side to be real, there's that other side of it that I really think on. And yeah, what do you think about that? Like, do you give as much weight to, the feeling of connection that maybe I would, someone else would? Like, some people don't value it at all. I think that's, more than few, or less, rather. But, and I'll talk more deeply. I'll talk more deeply about, the specifics, the details, how I felt in situations, more about the why vow. And, as time goes on, I really, been collecting these life experiences and allowing myself to process and then kind of express, my feelings on these matters. I've been really letting myself kind of wander in these mental, walks. And, while I'm there, reflect on my actual experiences of the day, of the moments, and let these times just serve as these documents of life and the work and that journey. Like, I don't really want to, be too concerted in an effort to say, any particular thing. Like, I might get introduced to something new. I might see life differently in a year. I can't say for certain. And I think that's the one thing. How about this? That's the one thing that nobody's telling you. That they can switch up. They could change, like, in a good way. They could change. We could change. We could all change. We could all change to become better. Or the opposite could be true. But, I'm leaving that open. Like, I'm just in that place in my life where I'm not too old, not too young to, create more, change more. Start with myself. Starting with these ideas. Going inside a place. Just thinking a little bit. It's for all my philosophers, man, on my thoughtful, mindful people. Some people consider this stuff boring, but it goes deeper for me. And I say this too: all things start small. All things start small. We all start small, little babies, little tiny cells. Everything, that blew up, real big, real successful. It started where it started. So it might have started right here in the park. But that's the way I'm seeing it. That's the way I'm seeing myself. And that's the journey that we're taking. That's the journey that, I'm on. So let's take this walk. Let's take it. Yeah. What else have I been thinking about in terms of my small stint, my small exposure? Really, I've kind of been combining it with that last post we talked about on value, on personal value, the value of you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give it to you. But, right, as far as just the silence goes and making that evaluation, right? If we were to tie those two videos or those two concepts together, basically those two videos, and I know this is on that first subject, right? But just to throw in, a little seasoning, but really I think it makes sense. It's logical, right? Because if we are evaluating somebody's, thoughts, or whatever, their thank you. Their evaluation, or your evaluation, right? You're making these thoughts, these calculations about, individuals, about your circle, about, the social thoughts. And so, you're thinking about how this person sees you and if this person actually places value on you. But in order to do that, it's probably easier to stay silent. There are a lot of social strategies. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of books, a lot of ideas on how to manage, people, your social circle, make strides there and success. But that art of silence, and I would call it an art. You may need a word here or there to avoid, actual speech and talking, which I would call the strategy. But, in doing that, in that process, you get to see the value that's being placed on you. You get to see, how do people, stack their deck on me, against me, or however we would put that. How many chips would they decide to put in the basket? Like, for real, how many chips would they put in there? Would they kick the basket? But we would maybe have to be silent. So yeah, had to stop for a little bit. Just keep it in the forest. Keep it here. Supposed to be grabbing a drink from the store, but not ready to duck out of here yet. So yeah, it's another one, man. It's another one for the books. Number 5, going on number 6. Yeah, we're gonna keep the consistency. We're gonna keep the vibe. We're gonna keep the theme, and we're gonna keep upgrading at the same time. Alright, so we back with it. Adding too much of your energy at one time to the situation, right? We got to talk about having your energy be such a bright spot in the center of the situation, even if you're not in the center of the room. It's like they're gonna put you there, and this really could even connect and relate back to the other video that we talked about, haters and how they hate on you. Not everyone's gonna do this, but we're talking about a social setting with 3, 4, 5 people. Some of them, yeah, they're gonna hate on you. That's gonna be a thing. Some of them, they're gonna love you. That's gonna be a thing. And it's something I heard on a video I recently watched. And it's funny because I agree with this. I heard a woman say, love and hate, they really are the same thing. And I agree with this. I remember when I was younger, I had this sentiment, the same sentiment. And what I find is that in social settings, you see the manifestation of this. You see the proof of it. You see the love, you see the hate, and you see how similar it is, But why are we being silent? We're being silent because we need to hear all the echoes in the room. We need to feel, the details, because we already have that connection. We already feel, people's spirit. We already feel the intentions, the energies in the room, but all of these things happening day to day around people that you might be close to, in business settings, there could be a lot going on at once. So we want to be able to break this down, and I feel like the better way to do it, the best way that I found, which is a layer on top of anything that you're already doing. So we're not taking anything away. Well, we are taking something away. What we're taking away is the words. We're taking away all the words. We're taking away all the words that we were going to speak that people thought, we had to give. So yeah, in reflection, I just want to say that, we're thinking a lot more about the efforts and the energy that we're giving, and whether we're doing it all at once or a little at a time, we're making a change. So, yeah, come back at you guys.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 no!
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
We're good.
Check it out. We mixing it all together, right? So haters gonna hate, people gonna show love, you gonna stay silent. The whole time, you're gonna have different experiences. Like my experience right now is showing me that it's about to be a whole rabbit hole down this tunnel of different emotions, different roles that other people have, like in a circle on a team, right? Like, I'm around different people for different reasons, and I'm sure you are as well, right? Your work group is not your, book reading group. It's not your friend group that you go out for drinks with. So, you're gonna move around these different people, and as you stick to this same process, it's gonna feel different in these different circles. So, that's what I want you to know for now. And I'm going through it with you. So we're taking this walk together, and I'll let you know what the next phase is as far as I see it. So, yeah. And that's another thing too. I feel like when you're on the silent journey, a lot of people are gonna watch. Like, I feel like more people are gonna observe and be a part of your journey. Like, not that you're always gonna be silent, because if you're like me, you're operating in a world as you're testing this out, and as you're living this theory out, you're operating in a world, and you're saying things sometimes, but you're activating this tool, this theory. It's a philosophy. And so far, it's showing me that it is a way of getting things done. So, we're getting things done this way. And people are going to observe your journey. It's going to turn into a movie real fast, especially if you're recording like I am. This is only my 5th video, but I could tell by the 10th video, it's going to be rolling. It's gonna be the same way, It'll probably be right in the park. But it's the energy, the energy. And the way that I made a post one time, I think it was on Threads. And I said, actually I might have to find that post because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it was basically about the idea. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to post this on Threads. I think it was actually something I wrote on another platform. But I'm going to post this up. And basically what my idea was about was, as we practice doing a thing, we get better at it. We get better at doing that thing. And not only do we get better at it, we get better as challenges and circumstances become harder. So,
Pause. Keep going. Keep talking.
Yeah, as things, you can turn the light on for me too.
You're good.
But as things get more challenging, as long as the practice, meaning the consistency, is perfect, by perfect meaning that the attendance is perfect. As long as you're actually there in those moments, it means so much that when things get challenging beyond your conception, it's actually okay. And your mind and even body will typically react to it as a natural thing. So yeah, I want to leave you with that. The more we do a thing, the better we get at it, the better we become in that field, the more we become masters. So, it's exponential. I used to think that it was just cumulative. It all adds up. But the more you have, the stronger it is. So we know money's kind of like that and other things, but I'm going to leave you with that.